Yeah, man, people, welcome back to another video of the Jamaican Premier League review show, man. We're here again, to support the Real Nephew Jamaican Premier League, but before we jump into the video, people, bless upon yourself, everyone that's supporting Nicardo Media House from day one until now. If you're new, you find yourself over here, don't leave without click that bell. Don't leave without, smash that like button. It's one of the way to improve the channel, push out the videos more and more, but people, bless upon yourself, I really appreciate all the support, all the love, everything that everyone is doing for this channel. I really appreciate it. But I'm here again, Jamaican Premier League, and this is where you get all your Jamaican Premier League review of after every Monday night game. All the videos going to drop on Tuesday at noon, So the day after the Monday night football, so that will be the Tuesday. So the videos will drop at noon every Tuesday after a match day of the Real Nephew Jamaican Premier League. I'm here, to give my utmost best to support my league. This is where I grew up. This is the league that I started to watch first. So, this is my love, but big up to all of the sponsors, Real Nephew, proven wealth, JN. Big up to everyone that's, Sports Max, can't leave out Sports Max, especially the commentator Chris Taylor and Daniel Oliver. They calling the games, wonderful commentary from both of them. And, Sports Max giving us 4 games out of the 7, 2 on Sundays and 2 on Monday, so we have to appreciate them, and they be giving fully HD, visual and audience, everything. It's clean, wonderful visual, to highlighting the Jamaican Premier League, highlighting the young players. They're doing it for the schoolboy football. They're doing big things in the Caribbean, even the secondary, football in Trinidad and Tobago. Shout out to Sportsmax, shout out to the organization, to make this work for the Jamaican Premier League, to gather all these sponsorship and everything. But yeah, people, match day 3, this is the first time since the league started. We're going to have 7 games. Habour and Cavaliers is back again after Cavaliers, qualify for that CONCACAF Champions League. Unfortunately, Habour didn't make it. But, Linval Rudy Dixon, man, got his first win of the season, beating Jerome Tivoli, Carden, Nadir dos Santos, the Montego Bay coach, got his first win of the season, surprising beating. I don't know. You guys tell me, if that was a surprise beating, if you guys seen that one coming, beating Cavalier 1-0 and one Bob Marley, one love at Westport Park, could see the scenery. Wonderful atmosphere, at Westport Park as the Montego Bay supporters, they came out and to just support their team. And, it's a joy to see, Jamaican Premier League is going back into the community. This is where the roots, this is where the fans can come out and watch their team, so play their local teams, So, yeah, big up to everyone that made it work, Can't wait to see a game back at Ferdinand Park as, Portmore play their first game in many years at Ferdinand Park. They play Treasure Beach. Stick around for that. Where else? I'm waiting to see Treasure Beach down there at States. I wanted to see that home base, in St. Elizabeth, come out to support Treasure Beach. They will play all their home games at States Field. But did I leave out anything? But yeah, I'm going to jump into the video. The first game that played on Sunday, Limehall versus Waterhouse. Waterhouse won this game 3-1. The man is on farm. The man who is from Rima, Javier Bryan is scoring goals. This is why, Waterhouse needed a number 9, and he's doing exactly what they brought him to do. Andre Fletcher scored a brace on the day. Elliott from the penalty spot. It's not enough for Limehall, but Lima created the first couple of opportunities in the game, and they just couldn't. They just couldn't finish, and they paid for it. They really paid for it, as Kevin Graham, the Lima center, made a mistake. Caught. He just get caught on the ball, and it was determination from Javier Bryan, just to block that ball, and just leap the ball over the keeper head, defend that couldn't stand a chance. He was trying his best, but it was a wonderful finish from the Waterhouse number 9, his third goal, of the season, 3 from 3, for the man that's, came over from, I think, Med Forest. But right after, Nikai Christian, created another chance again for Waterhouse. I don't think this is an assist from Nikai Christian, but because when he passed the ball what's his name, and Andre Fletcher, you know, he initially kicked the ball, but the ball deflect back come to him, and the second shot, he put it in the back of the net. But 2 minutes, in the second half, it was a rational challenge, and it brought back some life in the game. And Lyman got a penalty, and Elliot, slapped the ball in the back of it. Kemar Foster couldn't save that one as he saved one last week. But before all of that happened, I think Lima got an opportunity to go 1-1. It was a point blank save from Kemar Foster from Beckford, the son of the parish president in Senton, Danny Beckford's son. It was a wonderful save, from the Waterhouse goalkeeper, the Waterhouse captain. But right after, Lima got back into the game, Fletcher again, 3 minutes after Lima penalty kick, he came back and he scored the goal to go 3-1, and that was the icing on the cake for the Jerusalem team, Firehouse. And, they killed the game, but I just feel like, this Lima team, it's a really good young team. You could see that they're very inexperienced, the way how you see them play sometimes. They're really playing free-flowing football, but, coming up against a team like Waterhouse have so much qualities, and show a man like Nikai Christian can pick a pass, can do magic. He's the bad boy in the league. For assists. Nikai Christian, you have to play a little bit more compact as a new team. Put men behind the ball and try to play a more aggressive style of football behind the ball. Try to catch Waterhouse team and the counters. Waterhouse is a team over the years until now they like to push both fullbacks, but they always have some attacking fullbacks, and this Waterhouse team, they are not very good in the back. They can make rush channel, they can make rational challenge in the box and all of that. But they have a very good goalkeeper, a very good shot stopper. But this Lima team, will go on and will have more experience and gather to get things done in the Premier League. But, a Waterhouse team, 2 win now from 3 games. They lost their first game and, back-to-back win in the league. So Waterhouse team, it was a struggle last season, to score goals. It was a struggle to create, and whoever brought in, Javi and Brian, from, I think, Med Forest, and, Nikai Christian from Dumble Holding, it's a wonderful piece of business, because this is where, Waterhouse was lacking, qualities, creative midfielder, and a number 9 that can put the ball in at the back of the net. And, I'm telling you, whenever Nick Daly is fit and ready for this Waterhouse team, he's going to have some competition, because initially, Javi and Brian coming in as a player that, there's no name, coming from tier 2, and, you have a very experienced player that used to play in the USL, Nick Daly, yet to make a mark in the league, but, he will come soon, but he's proving his point, to Marcel Gale that, he's the one that's supposed to be leading this Waterhouse team. So, let's see what, Foss is going to do when Nick Daly is back and ready, ready to play some games. But, we're going to move on from that game, going to go to the big game, on Sunday, Dumble Holding versus Mount Pleasant. This game, I don't know, man. I really don't know, but yeah, but Mount Pleasant have so many stars, so many qualities, can come off the bench. Some players that wasn't even on the bench, not on the match card, can start in this team. But the thing though, I think what Mount Pleasant fans going to have, with their team is getting that performance from this coach. Tapa Whitmore is not a coach that you're going to get pretty football from. It's always going to be, most of the time, it's going to be an ugly win. As you see, it's a 3-0 win, but at the end of the day, I think this is one of Mount Pleasant best game they played, since the season started. I think they played 3 games now. But goals scored by Okowesi Chang and Sule Makala and Bailey. I think Bailey. I don't Bailey Travolta. He scored in the second half, but that ball that Sule Makala crossed in the box for Chung, it was a wonderful cross. That was point blank. Sule Makala is the one that won the Premier League last season. For Mount Pleasant, he scored a brace in the final at Sabina Park. But the man that Bailey, that was a wicked volley. That goal that he scored in the second half, that was a wicked volley. But down the Walling team, I see so many problems, with Lenny teams trying to play the passing game. It's not working out as they don't have the personnel. He talked about it in his post game interview. He was saying that in January he's going to have to shop and get players. He's talking about we are not ready, but it's a long season ahead. But he's still going to grind and try to pick the odd result there and there. But he need qualities in the back line. He spoke about it, about players not being in the right spot at the right time. When that ball crossed from Sole Makala to Chung, he was opening in the 6 yard box. No way a striker should be alone in the box, and it's always going to score whenever strikers get spaces like that. But Mount Dumbledore is not creating for their striker, DeAndre Thomas. He's not getting enough service up front. But when you take away a player like Nicoy Christian from that team, one of the best creative midfielder in the league, one of the best in Jamaica, playing in the Ren of the Jamaican Premier League, it's going to cause a problem in the team, but Fabian McCarthy, he got a broken leg in the last season. I think he only played like 1/4 of the games, or half of the games. He came back, he came on the pitch on Sunday, but he's not the type of player like Nikai Christian that's going to roam around. He's more like a player that's going to sit in that midfield and just create the balance of the team. But he will create the odd chance there and there, but I feel like Dumbledore just need to get DeAndre Thomas. I think this player is a really good striker in the Premier League. He's proven it over the last couple of years, even when he was playing with Bygrave, but it's like, I don't know what the hell is going on. It's like, he's a proven striker in the Premier League, so let's see what Dumbledore is going to do. But Tapa Whitmore, he's going to have to get some qualities performance on the pitch. So many qualities players that you can't get a good set of games. But Damara Phillips, they have Cuttery in the middle. They have so much players. They have Gawain Aston at right back, one of the best right back in the league. But you're going to move on, from Dumbo Walling, you know, um, going to Tapa, Tapa Whitmore, he spoke after the game, he was again, this is Tapa words, 3 points is what matters. Yes, 3 points is what matters, but the Mount Pleasant, fan base is going to be calling for you to being playing bet the team play better football, but he said that, he's expecting more from his senior players in the squad, expecting more to show the younger players, bring them in more and more in the game, but I think this 1% team will going to get better, but not much better because Tapa Whitmore don't really play that nice, beautiful football like you see Lenny I do with Clarendon College, or, what he's trying to do with Dumble Holding, but one of the other game, Tivoli versus Veer, the other Monday night game. This game played on Monday. This is the first game that played yesterday at 5 o'clock. At Stadium East. Tivoli, shout out to their former goalkeeper, their former captain, their legend. Robbie Scott is an assistant. I think he's a goalkeeper coach. For Tivoli Garden. Who remember that keeper is one of the best. One of the best. I think Robbie Scott probably being my top five, my top five all-time top five goalkeeper that I have watched. I could probably put Julian McLeish, Arnett Garden, legend. McCallum, the man they call Spoon, is a keeper Waterhouse. You got Laxi Reed, you got this keeper used to play keep for Wadada, I think named Saint Thomas. You have he used to have former reggae boy player, Thompson, he's coaching some in the US for the US national team. So he doing the Gold Cup. Could say even Duppy man, Boystone legend and a really good goalkeeper. So a whole lot of goalkeepers, in the National Premier League that I have watched over the years. But it's glad to see, former players on the bench. He's teaming up with Jerome Wade. Jerome Wade is the coach for Tivoli Garden. He watched the game in the stands. That was kind of surprising for me. He was talking about, he get a difference. Yeah, we know when you watch a game in the stands, you see a better view. Jeremy is a tactician. He can do that statistic. So I think he got a better view of his team. He saw Tivoli came out in a different way. But this game, Tivoli, it was a surprising defeat for Tivoli Garden. They lost 2-1, at Stadium East against, I would say, a very amateur team, Veer, Veer, if you don't know people, Veer was Jamalco, I think last season or a couple seasons ago, they changed over to Jamalco, but this Tivoli team, they have scored, 22 goals from 26 games last season. They won 5 of those games. This is not the Tivoli team that I used to watch in the past, but it's a rebuilding process for the last 5 years now. Tivoli has been down, like really down, not playing, beautiful football and all of that. But let's see, you know, but this game, get into this game, but all right. So I was talking about Tivoli Garden, scored 22 goals of 26 games last season. They won 5 games. They conceded 42 goals, but I don't think Jerome Wade is the coach that going to get the best out of this Tivoli Garden team. Why I said that, the last time when Jeremy won the Premier League, for Arnett Garden, I think the 2006 to 2016, 2017 Premier League, Arnett Garden finished sixth, the last spot they got in the playoff, and you know, Arnett Garden concede. I tell you how much goals Arnett Garden concede. Arnett Garden concede 47 goals. Arnett Garden scored 47 goals and concede 46. So over the years, watching Arnett Garden, Jerome Went is not a team that going to get the best. He's not a coach, going to get the best out of his defenders. So it's a very interesting thing to see what's going to happen at Tivoli Garden. I know this 2-1 defeat don't sit well with him. They as their first game they thump up Waterhouse in the National Stadium 3-0. So losing to Veer, it's like 2 step forward and 3 step backwards. So let's see what Tivoli going to do in this team. Especially Jerome Wade, playing this 3-4-3. I kind of see, what Jerome Wade, is trying to do with this Tivoli team, playing that three at the back as he normally play those wing backs kind of sometimes inverted a little bit as I used to play for the Arnett Garden team. But I go back and so one of the goals, for Veer, it was scored by a youngster, Cohen, and next goal was scored by Grahams, but Barrington Price, the captain for Tivoli, he got he got a few chances. He could have scored a hat trick. Even though he scored a penalty for Tivoli Garden. He could have easily scored a hat trick. He got so many chances, coming up for set pieces. But I think they have to work on that, to be honest. But moving forward, I think if Tivoli want to go into this playoff, they can't afford to drop points against teams like Veer and team you Tivoli, should be winning games like this. So there's no excuses, and the last time Vieira scored 2 goals in a game, it was back in last season when they beat Chapetan Maroon, I think 4-1 in that game, but Veer, I've never beaten Tifal in 13 games, 5 wins, 8 draws, and, they finally did the job, so you have to big up, Linval, Rudy Dixon, former reggae boy player. But Veer, 15 goals scored last season and they scored two, so this is the problem, for Veer. They barely missed the relegation last season. To be honest, those three teams that finished, I think Chapitan, Maroon, and Falkland, they were poor, and next to that was Veer. So yeah, Jerome Wade, he spoke about the game, about creating chance but not scoring them. Errors lead up to the Veer goals and all of that. He's like, especially Barrington Price. He has to do a better job in the backline for his team. He's a captain. He's a man that Tival is looking forward to lead them from the back to the front. But he said that he's still looking for more out of his, especially his young players. Even when players get opportunities off the bench, Tivoli don't really have that depth of qualities coming off the bench. So he spoke about whenever you call on players off the bench, just try to give that impression that you need to start. Give him that eye for something that you want to start in the next game. So a little competition coming off the bench. But Veer assistant coach, Jeremy spoke, he was talking about this game. They've been working and finishing, his team is more clinical, in front of goal yesterday, and defending well from the back. I think, oh yeah, Veer, especially the keeper, I think this is his second man of the match, you know. So yeah, he spoke about even giving younger players chance, could even just go out there and just outrun the opponent, just working hard, for the team and play like a unit, play as a group. And when you give young players, opportunities to go out there, especially playing in a top flight league in our country, they're going to prove that they should be here. They're going to prove that they should start day in and day out. So it's not a bad thing, Jeremy, giving younger players games. But before I go into the big bad game, Arnett Garden, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Montego Bay versus Cavaliers, as this game finished 1-0 to Montego Bay. This is a big 3 points for Nadia dos Santos team, as the both Brazilian came up big in this game. The goal created, I think the goal, it was a corner kick, initially, and Ferreira kicked that ball, and Lucas Lima Correia, the Brazilian man, rise high above everyone and buck the ball in the back of the net. As when he scored, man, the whole of Westport Park lift up. You could hear the roar, you could see the passion, you could see what it means to them as a team. They're looking for these 3 points. Initially when I saw this team played their first game a couple of weeks ago against I think it was Lima, when they drew 0-0. This Montego Bay team isn't a bad team, to be honest. It's not a bad team. It's a team that have a balance. It's just that it's just to find the right chemistry with the players, especially when you have four Brazilian players that coming into the team. I don't know how much of them really speak good English, but the number 10 that got the assist in that game against Cavalier, he's coming from a fifth year, in Brazil. That's a really good standard. I don't know what Didier dos Santos did to persuade these players to come into the Jamaican Premier League. This is all I know. The Jamaican Premier League is growing. It's growing, man. It's really growing. But big win for Montego Bay, against Cavaliers. What speed. What he's going to do after that, you know. Umberland versus Moline. This game is a 1-1 draw at Effortville Community Center. Jason Wright, the man that scored 15 goals last season for Molines, his first goal, he came up, for Molines to get that equalizer goal. But I think Kareem Bryant, gave Umberland the lead in the 16th minute, but Jason Wright, he's the man that's going to score most of the goals for. If Molan is going to do anything this season to try to challenge for a playoff spot, it's going to be, Jason Wright. This is a man that scored, I think, 1/4 of what all the goals that Molan scored last season. So, Umberland finally dropped points at home. I think they beat Treasure Beach the last time they played at the Effortville Community Center. Move on, Portmore United, the team that's from Greater Portmore at Ferdinand Park. I don't know when was the last time a game played at Ferdinand Park, man. They blanked Treasure Beach 3-1 as Alex Marshall scored a brace. I think he just came back from a little minor knock. And Chevron Walsh, scored that other goal for Portmore United. I don't really get that. I don't really get who scored that first goal, for Treasure Beach. There is no name. This is things that we have to be going through, I have to be going through, as someone that's trying to cover the Premier League. That not many stats, not many, details out there for certain teams, but Portmore, finally got their win after, that defeat last week against at Jacksal versus Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant beat them last week, so they're back again on track. But yeah, Portmore is one of those teams that, got knocked out of the Premier League, I think probably 4 or 5 years ago, and came back and win the league back to back. So yeah, Portmore is a really quality team. But the blockbuster game of the Monday Night Football, Harbourview versus Arnett Gardeners, this game drew 2-2 at Stadium East, man. The man them called Juma Johnson scored on his former team. What a strike. Eric Edwards don't have a chance to stop that ball. The man that they call I think Jamon Shepherd, former Harbourview player, got his first ever Premier League goal, especially his first goal, in the red and black colors. What a way to done it on your former team, but coming into this game, I really do coming into this game as an Arnett Garden fan, really happy. I think we played 3 times last season. We played them in that third spot. Harbourview last season we beat them 1-0. We beat them 3-0, and I think we beat them another 1-0. So yeah, we haven't conceded a goal, the whole of last season against when we play Harbourview. Harbourview haven't beat in some time now. It's been a while since Harbourview beat us. But that goal, that link up, with I forgot the player, that link up with Ajuma. Both of them used to play high school football together. Shaquille Bradford, that what a runaway goal, but in that first half, Harbourview would have killed Arnett Garden on the counter. Arnett Garden created chances, not saying, but I think it was a really exciting game, people. It was a really exciting game, especially the second half. But the first half, it was end to end. It was more even. I think I just feel like, Harbourview, they were playing whenever they attack, it looked more dangerous. Most of Arnett attacks, kind of break down right when they reach the edge of the penalty box for Harbourview, and they didn't get enough sniff around the box. I think Kimani Arbon, I think he failed to take on his player 1v1. I think Jaheim Thomas, in the middle, wasn't driving in that number 10 era, especially when, you have a player, Harbourview defensive midfielder, got a yellow card early in the game. I think the man they call Rooney, Anglin, when he got a yellow card, as a number 10, Thomas, driving at him, he's a player that easily to lose his head, so I think we failed to do that. I think Rashid Kelsin, for the junglist didn't do much, but I feel like Kelsin and Kimani Arbon sometimes need to switch plays a bit because Kelso playing on the right as a left footer, he's always going to cut in and to shoot, and that's going to kill the confidence of young Warren Brown, who is a striker, who feed off energy, who feed off, ball whipping into the box. You saw that. I think a ball came over in the box, and Warren Brown got a header on it, but it was a weak header. But whenever Kimani Arbon or the other winger Kelsey get the ball, sometimes they need to look for Warren Brown because he's a player that he's very good off the ball movements. He's very good in the air. He's quick, So look for him. I think if that one point, in the second half, I think I don't remember who passed that. I think it was a 50-yard pass or 50-yard pass on the ground, to Warren Brown, and he got that one-on-one chance. Could have easily go 3-2 for the Junglers, But again, Kimani Arbon, the man that's supposed to be leading the team, he's that was a wonderful goal, to be honest. But the second half, Arnett they came out more excited. They came out want to play the football. They came out want to be on the ball more. They just look more progressive on the ball. As I don't know if I keep saying Wato. I don't know if Arborview, because they're playing in that CFU championship, they just ran out of steam, and the Junglers kind of just sniffed that. And the Junglers just took over the game, and Arnett Garden could have easily won that game, But again, this Arnett Garden team since last season, and now we going to create a lot of chances, but they're not going to score all of them. They're not even going to score 80% of them, But you see, when you come up against teams like Arborview, quality teams, you're not going to get many chances. As soon as you make a mistake, you're going to be punished, punished, punished. And you see what, Wing, the second goal scored for Arborview, it was trying to clear the ball out, and he kicked the ball back. And I think Joel Cunningham, the captain, and that's how Bradford, got away and scored the second goal, for Arborview. But I just have to give Gervais Gilbert, the coach for Arnett Garden, a lot of credit. You could see what he's doing. You could see the philosophy that he's trying to play with Arnett Garden, and just to motivate the team to come out under 2-0. I when that initially when that first half finished, I was like, Arnett Garden need to come out and find the first goal. They need to find the first goal in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the second half, and they did exactly that. They equalized the game, I think, the first 15 minutes of the second half. So from there, they just took the game, and Arborview they didn't know what to do. They just didn't have any answer. They took off a couple of key players. Ajuma came off. So Ajuma, he's one of the best player, in the Premier League, no doubt about it. 5 assists last season, now 7 goals, for Arnett Garden. He's I think Ajuma Johnson deserve a call up, especially for that game coming up on Saturday, in New York, against Guatemala. Ajuma Johnson is one of the best creative midfielder, in young creative midfielder we have, and I think talking about creative midfielder with the Reggae Boys, he fully deserve a chance. He fully deserve a chance, in the national team. Why not just give the man a chance? He's young, but I just feel like, the headpiece sometimes, letting these local players down. But, I'm coming to an end of the Jamaican Premier League, but I have a couple of things to say. Thursday is that game, that rescheduled game that Arborview and Cavaliers supposed to play in match day 1. They play that game Thursday, at 3 o'clock. I don't see the venue where they're going to play. And I think the other couple rescheduled game, Cavalier will play, their second round game, Cavalier going to play Tivoli. Think that will play at Stadium East. And Veer will play Arborview. So those games will play next midweek, the 16th of November at 3 p.m. And then, the next set of games, round 4 of the Real Neville Jamaican Premier League, we have a big derby. Arnett Garden will play Tivoli Garden. I think that should be at the Anthony Sports Park Complex. As that was Harbourview home game, yesterday. The St. Catherine Derby, Dumbledore Olin versus Portmore United, Molynes versus Mount Pleasant, the two new teams will play. Treasure Beach will look to get their season on track to win their first game. And I think that will be their first home game down there at Stets. They will play Treasure Beach, and Veer will play Montego Bay. Harbourview will play Lion. So all those games, the Sunday games for November the 12th, round 4, Arnett, Tivoli, Dumbledore, and Portmore, Molynes. You guys going to see it on the screen. And Treasure Beach, Lime, Veer, Montego Bay, Harbourview, Lion, and Cavalier. Those two games going to be the Monday night game. That game is going to be a cracker, Cavalier versus Watos. I just want to see this Cavalier team. I haven't seen this Cavalier team since the season started. I mean, I watched a few games in the CFU championship, especially, that game against Harbourview that they blanked them 5-0. But I want to see them, in the Real Neville Jamaican Premier League, but as I said, the rescheduled game, one is going to play, Harbourview Cavalier Thursday, and then the other set of games that initially supposed to play for round 2 will play the other midweek, November the 16th. But I think that's on a Thursday, a day just before the Reggae Boys play Canada at the National Stadium. But people, we have come to an end after the JPL review show, man. Bless up to everyone that's here. If you still know what to do, just click that like button. Click that subscription bell if you new and all of that. You get that notification whenever I drop a video. Thanks for watching. This is Nicardo Media House. I really, forgive me with the light keep blinking. I think I changed the mode on it, so I need to get that restructure. But, yeah, thanks for watching. This is Nicardo Media House. Salute. In the city life, I'm feeling so alive. Drifting around the corner, got them shades on my eyes. It's a pretty little thing by my side that's flawless. Why you niggas still chasing road?